What's up guys, Chris here, back in Anthem, and it's been quite a while since we had an update for this game, at the very least anything of a significant size, but today of course we have update 1.50 and the Season of the Skulls, which is the first Halloween event that is happening in Anthem, and of course it looks really freaking cool, but the most important thing of them all is some of the changes that have been brought with the newest updates are really damn exciting. I believe that if you're looking to come back into Anthem even for 5 minutes, you're probably going to be very happy about at least a few of these changes. So I kind of wanted to make a full breakdown of what these are, what you can expect from them, and a few more talking points about the update itself. So yeah, let's get things started, and of course if you enjoyed this video, a like on it would definitely help me a lot. And I kind of want to start things off with the seasonal stuff just a bit, and as you can see, Fort Tarsus has gone through quite a few changes. There's a bunch of skeletons on the ground, there's this fog going on at certain times during the day and the night. It can definitely intensify, and even the main area over here with the huge fountain in the middle of it has a huge chimera skeleton in on it. And of course these are not the only changes, at least not the only cosmetic ones in the game. There's some in the free play as well, some in the Cataclysm map as well, and I'm going to go over those in just a little bit. But I kind of wanted to start things off with something a little bit more substantial that I believe many of you are going to be happy about, and specifically I'm going to start things off with the seasonal store because a few of the changes in here are absolutely top notch. So I want to start things off with this one. This is a legendary chest that contains a single legendary either weapon, melee gear or support item with a gear score of 80. So this is going to be from the pool, from the item pool that has been added in the Cataclysm update. So what this means is that all of these items are going to be extremely powerful, or some of the best in slot items in the game. And I was actually surprised when I saw it because it's actually not that expensive. It's only like 5,000 crystals, and this means that if you're doing the events right now, you're going to be able to afford at least one of these per run, as long as you're running, of course, Grandmaster 3 and you're doing the Cataclysm map. So this was one of the first changes. Of course, this is something that I tested. I went ahead and bought one, and yes, it guaranteed drops a legendary item, be it a melee weapon, gear or support item, and I'm not really sure currently if it's biased against your current javelin. In my case, I had the storm javelin equipped and it did drop a storm specific item, but at the very least we have a guaranteed way to straight up get some of the best legendaries in the game, and I'm actually super excited about this one. The price, as I was saying, is pretty low and you can definitely get something really awesome. So if you're looking to catch up in the new update, if you skipped entirely the Cataclysm update, you can still do the event map. It's still over there, it still exists. The new legendary items are going to be available and accessible by anybody who is currently playing the game. Now of course on top of these we have the other ones, the War Chest, Storm, Ranger, Interceptor, Colossus, all of this including War Chest melee, everything that has been added in the Cataclysm update. But of course, unlike the legendary chest, these don't guarantee drop legendary items. The drop rate is still pretty decent, like 10%, but this is also reflected in the price, like half the price of the regular legendary chest over here. And I believe that it's even actually worth it to skip these entirely and just go straight for the legendary item, because this is a 10% chance. This is only 50% more expensive, but it has a 100% chance to give you a legendary. So just keep them, don't spend them on anything other than this legendary war chest over here, or at the very least that's what I am planning to do. Now this isn't the only change over here that I actually got quite happy about, and you probably already noticed it, but everything now costs minor crystals. So no longer the awful conversion that we had previously, where things would cost like 1 major crystal and 500 minor crystals, and you would constantly need to either buy minor or major crystals because the Cataclysm map and event would only reward you minor ones. So you would constantly be here and purchasing these major crystals over and over again, but that is long gone. This is not going to apply anymore in the newest update. You can go straight up and just buy things with minor crystals. But yeah, otherwise the major crystals at the very least still seem to be indicated over here, though I'm not really sure if they are going to be of any use, and I'm fully expecting these to probably go away soon, or maybe be kept for something more important that doesn't require that much conversion. But otherwise, these are the two few very good changes to the seasonal store that I am actually in love about. Now the third one is this one over here, this armor set in the back. As you may or may not know, previously we had a different armor set. That was the crystal armor set for all of the javelins, and it seems that this one is on the mannequin in the back, and it's most probably going to make its way into the seasonal store as well really soon. Currently it's not there, but BioWare did post a picture on Twitter that looks pretty much like this, and this is how the set actually looks on one of the characters, and it definitely looks really nice. And I believe that many of you are probably going to want to stockpile some of these minor crystals in anticipation to this armor. At the very least, I know that that is what I'm going to do. Now another change that I really liked, and this has been requested for such a damn long time, mass salvaging is currently in the game. It has been added finally after all this wait. You can go in and salvage anything you want at the same time. So if you want to like salvage your entire inventory at the same time, you can definitely do that. So for example, if you're at the end of an expedition, you can even see the prompt on the screen right there. You can just press the button to mark all of the items for deletion. You can also mark them individually or unmark them if you want to, and once you like just scrap one of them, all of them are going to be scrapped at the same time, and it's a pretty fast process. It's almost instantaneous, and it gives you all of the resources that you need, the equivalent of what you would have scrapped if, for example, you went with each item individually. So again, a very good change. This is going to save you so much time and frustration that you wouldn't even believe. But that is not the only place where you can actually scrap these items, and at the very least this mechanic works in the forge as well. And the way to bring it up is actually really easy. Just go into any of your inventories, let's say for example weapons, and as you can see you have the prompt over here on the bottom left corner of the screen, toggle mass salvage. It brings you the same functionalities and icons over here, and you can just activate mass salvage mode, and what you can do is either mark everything for salvaging, and I would definitely be careful with this. It marks everything for deletion, including the legendaries, with the exception of the items that you have equipped, but otherwise you can also mark them individually. So just mark them one by one, just like in the other screen, and it's pretty damn easy. Once you do that, you can just go in and start salvaging, but yeah, be careful with that. One small mistake and your legendaries are pretty much bye-bye. Now as far as armor sets go, of course it's not a new update unless BioWare brings us a new set of armors, and some of these are actually rewarded from missions or challenges, and I'm going to just feature you a few of these. The first one is of course this one over here. I already posted a video about it. It's the Negotiator's Hood, but of course this has a different name for the other javelins. So you get this from a challenge. I'm going to go over that in just a bit, but if you want to see how to complete the challenge, there's a video down below you can go ahead and check out, or simply check out the video before this one as it explains everything about that challenge. And since you're doing that, you might also want to pay close attention to this other challenge over here that is even better than that, and this is going to be in the Season of the Skulls, in the endurance challenges, and more specific, the Indomitable challenge right here. There are quite a few requirements over here. Some of them require you to go in the Cataclysm map and complete it a number of times, defeat Vera a number of times, or get a certain score like 1 million or 5 million, but this rewards you a whole bunch of sets, not just for one javelin, but for all of them. So it gives you the Swindler set, the Enforcer set, the Negotiator, and of course the Ambassador for all of your javelins. Now as far as the free play goes, there's a bunch of changes in here as well. First of all, there's at least new type of event going on, and in this case I saw this event with this huge bonfire where you kinda need to keep enemies outside of it. I'm not really sure exactly how it is because I kinda landed in the middle of it, but there's at least this one added in the game. But otherwise, in terms of enemies, there's a bunch of changes in here that are actually quite nice. First of all, the elementals, the ones that spawn all over the map, are different now. They kind of look like skulls. They still have the same powers like frost, electricity, fire, and so on, but now their models are different. So again, really nice touch. I really like this. The scars themselves also wear different hoods right now, so you can definitely see them a little bit different. They have the Halloween theme going on, so I'm really liking that. that. But the most impressive of them all is the fact that you can now see ghosts spawning at random times. At the very least, that is the case if you're going into the Cataclysm map, and at various times you can probably go ahead and just stay there a little bit in the storm and you'll see these ghosts appearing and disappearing all the time, and they actually got me by surprise when I first saw them because I didn't expect to see these in the game. Now finally, the last change is of course the change to legendary drops. It seems that BioWare more than doubled the amount of legendaries, or at least the amount of chances for legendary items to drop. Other people on Reddit at the very least are reporting that they are seeing way more legendary drops than before, and this time around this is intentional. At the very least, during this event the chances are 250% for legendary gear to drop, so quite a huge bump. You're going to have a good time if you're jumping into this event right now, and you probably should if you're planning to come back into Anthem and to give it a second chance at any point in the future, because this is definitely a good event and I'm seeing other players being quite happy about it and about the changes. So yeah, there's that. Now tell me down below if there's anything else exciting that you found in the game, if you're still planning to play it, if you're still planning to give it a second chance, and yeah, let me know down below. But in the meantime, a thumbs up on this video would definitely be super helpful. Also subscribe and activate that notification bell for even more awesome Anthem content, and I'm going to see you guys in the next one.